Today we're going to make some healthy oatmeal banana cookies. They're pretty fast, they're pretty easy, and you probably have most of what you need right at home already. For this recipe, you will need 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 cup of oats, can be oats in a big package or some quick Quaker oats if that's what you have, 1 pinch of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon or more if you like it, 1 tablespoon of butter or margarine, a 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, and 1 ripe banana mashed up. Before you start, make sure you preheat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. So the first thing you want to do is put your banana in a bowl, and you're just going to use a fork and smush it all down. Nothing too fancy, just sort of mash it up. Oh, it's pretty mashed up, so we can move on to the next step. We're going to add in our honey right here. I prepared it in a little bowl to help me. And I'm gonna pour it in. And that was 2 tablespoons of honey that I used. If you don't have honey, you could use maple syrup, or if you used regular sugar, I would just add maybe a tablespoon or so of milk to balance out the liquid. Stir in your honey, and then we're going to add in the butter. I used dairy-free butter, margarine, but you can use regular butter, or if you have coconut oil, you can use that. Really, as long as it's 1 tablespoon of fat, you will be good. And then our 1 cup of oats. Like I said earlier, the oats don't have to be anything fancy. If you have a packet of oatmeal, you could use that as long as it equals 1 cup. And then we're going to add the salt and the cinnamon. And if you don't like cinnamon or you're allergic to it, you don't have to put it in at all. You could just totally leave it out. You don't need to replace it with anything. So you're just going to keep using your fork. Nice and simple. No fancy tools. A fork is fine. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to leave it. We'll set a timer for 10 minutes, or look at your clock and time 10 minutes. And after the 10 minutes is up, we'll come back and add the chocolate chips. Leaving it for 10 minutes allows the oats to soak up all the liquid. That way they puff up nicely in the oven. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes since we mixed all of our things together, and we're going to add the chocolate chips in. I'm going to take a handful out to put on top of the cookies. So we'll pour most of that in. Leave about that much. I don't know. Stir the chocolate chips in. I think this is where we're going to switch to our hands. Want to make sure all your chocolate chips are in there. If you don't like using your hands, you can keep using a fork or a spoon. I'm just gonna wipe that off. Next thing you want to do is just use a regular cereal spoon, teaspoon, or you can use a tablespoon measuring spoon, and about that big, and we're gonna place them right on our cookie sheet. I put parchment paper on the cookie sheet. You could use tin foil, or you could put some cooking spray on it if that's easier for you. Whatever you have on hand. It's not too picky. I'm gonna go ahead and put these all on the cookie sheet, and then we'll put them in the oven. So I've put all the cookies on the cookie sheet, and I'm just gonna take my spoon and sort of smush them down a little bit. It's a hot day. I don't have air conditioning, so they're a little bit stickier than they should be, but the spoon comes off okay. And then take those extra chocolate chips and just put a couple on top of each cookie. That makes sure all your cookies have a nice amount. This is a super easy recipe you can do with your kids, by yourself, if you just really want a quick and healthy breakfast cookie or snack. You can take them on the go. They're nut-free. They are pretty versatile cookie. And there you have it. The cookies are ready to go in the oven. Make sure if you're putting your hand in the oven, you're wearing an oven mitt. You're gonna just pop them in the bottom rack there, or middle rack. Here we go. And we'll set the timer for 15 minutes. There we go. The timer went off. There's the finished product. They're still very hot. Nice, healthy, bite-sized banana oat cookies. Enjoy!